Welcome to Escape This Podcast, a show that's a mix between tabletop role-playing and escape room puzzles. This is the final episode of the Clueseum.
Last one.
Night at the Clueseum.
After this, it's all over. We get to finale this one.
And I think we're not doing a Christmas episode. I think this is basically coming out around Christmas.
I'm pretty sure as we timed this out, there was no room for a Christmas episode.
So I don't think there's room for Christmas. I think this is it for the year.
I did one room
this
in
is
the
end
last
of the
6
year.
months when you're hearing
We're
this.
recording this fairly far in advance, so we haven't, it's not like we're recording this on December the 22nd, being like, oh, I wonder if there's going to be time for Christmas. We're quite far in advance. Every episode of this show, we have an audio escape room that guests, or in this case, us, have to solve and get out and do all that. And we are at the 10th episode of a connected arc. And last we left off, we were drugged by an alchemist in the archives of a museum.
I mean, more by our own attempts at alchemy than anything an alchemist did to us.
I don't know. I think it was the alchemist.
Okay.
So I don't know where we're going to wake up. I don't like this creepy guy. We still haven't found Eve.
No. And, I have some speculations, but we can get to those once we've got our guest.
Well, we do have a different guest game master for every episode of this connected arc. And to finish off the series, welcome to the show, Owen Simpson. Welcome.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, hey, that could be right. It could be right. I think that might be when this comes out.
I can rewrite this room to make it a Christmas room, surely.
Yeah. Just stick a few elves in there. We'll be fine.
We'll call Alex Horn. It'll all make sense.
We're excited to do this final room.
I think that it's only fair because we've done all of the other recordings well before they have aired, so Owen hasn't heard, and I don't know how much the other game masters have told him about our progress, but just want to let you know where we're at so far, which is that we've got this alchemist who wants to have space lungs and wants to live longer. And you know what? So far, we have qualified acceptance and support, depending on how much live organ harvesting is involved in the process.
Yes, we're not falling for that trap where everyone's like, a person wants to live forever, they must be evil. What if he's just, normal? That's he's just, he's just a guy. It's like, oh, I wouldn't mind living longer. Oh, you evil guy. It's like, nice, maybe he's all right. And yeah, I think we decided that because a lungfish goes from breathing underwater to being able to breathe on land, and he's trying to make himself into some kind of weird human lungfish, we're assuming it's because he wants to go from living on land to breathing in space.
There was literally a map from Earth to Saturn somehow.
So he can just run around space being like, I can breathe out here. And you don't age outside of Earth's atmosphere. That's the trick. That's what they don't tell you.
If it turns out that Eve is a reborn pharaoh, is it okay to harvest that pharaoh's organs?
They've had their shot.
It like a pharaoh, as far as my understanding of ancient Egyptian ritual funerals go, a pharaoh expects to have their organs removed.
Exactly. It's almost rude not to.
That's why they separate out the organs. It's like a library. You can go borrow their heart if you need.
Yeah, I think that's true. Okay. Well, this will be fine then. So what we're saying is, if it turns out that he's going to become immortal by sacrificing Eve, we are okay with that and we won't stop him. Is that what we're thinking? Is that the plan? I don't know if I agree with this.
I might need to do some sudden rewrites.
Yeah. Owen, you are the guest game master of this. You've written this final room. This is an escape room show. What is your escape room experience?
Somewhere in the bounds of, I'm in that weird area where, normal people would say I've done too much, but then escape room people would say I haven't done a whole lot. I've done maybe about 15 or so, 10 to 15, I want to say, most of which were willing and on purpose.
That's what you'd hope.
Let's just say the percentage of times I've walked into a building knowing I was going to do an escape room in there is lower than it should be. I got close a while back to having written as many rooms as I have done, but then I did 7 rooms in 2 days for work training, and that kind of fell apart. So, yeah, that's about my level.
That's a lot.
Well, look, this is escape rooms in a sort of tabletop role-playing style. What is your tabletop role-playing experience?
Again, I think this is going to be a very generic answer that everyone gives, which is I don't do enough because no one's available.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing mostly D&D for several years now. I've got several campaigns that are theoretically running, but haven't had a session in years or months. I've played some non-D&D stuff too. I've played Blades in the Dark is absolutely incredible. Love that one. But yeah, play it when it's around, but no one's ever available.
No. Well, We're very excited to play this room. I did want to quickly go back and touch on. So you must have written about 7 or 8 rooms.
Yeah.
Are they all in this style? This is like the 7th-ish one that you've written of these, or have you written like for practical physical escape rooms?
I mean, I write in this style entirely, but this is only sort of the 3rd room that I've like fully put together in this format and made images for. Like, my go-to thing if I'm with friends and we've got nothing better to do is like, I'm going to get a notebook, give me a location and 30 minutes, I'll try and throw together a mini room.
Oh, good God.
Nice.
The thing that we did as a bonus episode that I found a horrifying nightmare. Okay.
It's great because it means that nothing has to work because everyone understands that it's all a hodgepodge. But yeah, so I've done a couple of these formats, but mostly I've just written little mini games, basically.
Oh, amazing.
Nice. All right, well, I'm excited to get going. There's no point consulting our map because we're off the map.
Oh, yeah.
We're in the
far as
lair
we
of
know.
an alchemist. There's no alchemist's lair exhibit.
We could just wake up in the cafe again. We don't know.
Or even weirder, just like wake up in, I don't know, the taxidermy room.
It
just
could
one
happen.
arbitrarily.
This-
Like, we're going back to this one.
We never really had to fight a bear, so...
That's true. I know it's what you really wanted. Okay, well, in that case, I think we're good to start. Owen, would you like to whisk us away?
Absolutely. Unfortunately, I can't do that by myself. I need you to
You want me
hit the button.
Okay,
Yes.
I wasn't sure when it was going to come in.
No, straight in.
History, light, medicine, zoology, physics, botany, geography. For generations, the greatest scientific minds in every field have borne the Graves family name. But each member of this prestigious line had an ulterior motive behind their every action. Attaining immortality through alchemy. I was never quite that ambitious. I saw myself more as a caretaker, an archivist, content to revel in the scientific achievements of others, rather than seek out my own. When my father died, it seemed the family legacy would die with him. I founded the Graves Institute, aiming to catalogue my ancestors' expertise in a memorial museum. However, within their research, I discovered an even greater legacy. An alchemical recipe, refined year after year, but never fulfilled. Converting my archives into a workshop, I vowed to finish what my family had started. A simple recipe, really. Just 3 ingredients, combined in purest form. The result? A gleaming golden metal. Aurum vitae. Life essence itself. My grandfather hypothesized the material could function as a conduit. With the right manipulation, it could draw and store any being's life energy, then imbue it into another target, bringing inanimate objects to life and animate ones into petrified facsimiles. By funneling that energy into myself, I could finally achieve the goal of my predecessors. The museum neared completion, and so did my research. I forged a ring as my conduit and perfected carving sigils. The day of our grand opening, as dawn crept ever closer, I began my ritual. I thought myself a god, no longer merely understanding the laws of this universe. I controlled them, commanded them, bent them to my will. What a fool I was. The conduit drew life energy from the one who wore it. Color drained from my skin as it turned to stone before my very eyes. I scrambled to reverse my mistake, but it was too late. Our centuries of research had failed to uncover that the conduit was one way. I had created a ring with the power to bring anything to life. Anything, save for the statue that then stood in the garden of the museum. Doomed by naivety, swindled by sorcery, meddling with powers unknown. Trapped in these hollow halls, barely alive at all, parted from flesh and from bone. This ring on my hand or a curse forever mine and mine alone. My fate was set in stone. Over the decades, movement returned to my body. I remained lifeless, but conscious enough to form a plan. The beauty of science is that every failure only grants more knowledge and power. This conduit was tied to my own life energy, but a second could reverse the effect. I posed as a museum caretaker to gain access to my laboratory in the archives and forge a new ring. The plan was simple. Trick one person into releasing the energy from the original conduit throughout the museum, and a second into absorbing that power with the new one. A few gullible targets, some simple sleeping gas, and it came together all too easy. As daylight approaches, my form is rewrought. The ritual begun by my two trusting pawns. Your chance of escaping now dwindles to naught. All that's left is to wait for the dawn. Doomed by naivety, swindled by sorcery, meddling with powers unknown, trapped in these hollow halls, barely alive at all, parted from flesh and from bone. That ring on your hand bears a curse forever yours and yours alone. Your fate is set in
Ugh. Your head is pounding, and the fluorescent light beaming right into your eyes doesn't help. As awareness slowly trickles back, you hear a distinct gasp. You're awake! I thought you'd never wake up! Wait, you know that voice. Is that? You sit upright, and Eve runs over to give both of you a hug. I'm so happy to see you guys again. I thought that scary man was going to kill me. I'm trying to do my best Patrick Copa's voice, and it's not working. You stumble to your feet and take in your surroundings. Looks
Wait
like
a minute! I don't even look at my
sorry.
surroundings. I just take my ring off, dummy. Put a ring on me? Sang a song about how the ring's going to kill me? I take my ring off. What's he going to do about it? Dummy. Shouldn't have sung his plan at me.
One thing that we didn't explain in the preamble intro, you can ignore Bill's bits. You can just ignore them and move right on.
No, let me take my ring off.
If you don't have a good response, move along.
You stumble to your feet and take in your surroundings. Looks like a janitor's closet of some kind, while the three of you fill each other in on the things you've missed tonight. I tried to find you guys at closing time, but the big man said that you were busy and I should do the passport while I wait. He gave me this wing and said that it would make things more fun, but it only made it scarier. I didn't even get to finish the passport. I was going to get the final one from the gift shop, but the big man came back, took the wing from me, and locked me in this cupboard. I fell asleep, and when I woke up, you guys were in here too. You check your pockets. Seems like you've been less thoroughly mugged, at least. You've still got your map and passport, and your own ring. It says your own ring is still on your finger, but I guess Bill's taken it off, so your own ring is currently in your pocket. Still a little groggy, you make your way to the closet door. It won't budge. It feels like there's something heavy blocking it from the other side. You look around for anything that looks like it might help, but the room's barely 2 meters across and just filled with boring-looking cleaning supplies. Suddenly, the ring in your hand starts to glow with a bright white light. You hold your hand out to get a better look at it. Without warning, a burst of light escapes from your hand, blasting directly into the door. Or maybe through the door? You hear something loud and metallic clatter to the floor outside. You try the door again, and this time it swings open. You burst into a sitting area in the main foyer. There's a vending machine lying on the ground. It must have been the thing barricading you in. You look around to find any sign of where Graves has gone. You're drawn to a big window in the main foyer overlooking the museum grounds. Out there, on the front path, you see the figure of who you now understand to be Albert Rose Graves, hunched over, carving symbols into the pavement. You have no idea what he's doing, but you know you're not going to let it happen. You run for the front door of the museum and stumble on your way. To your horror, all three of you look down to find that your feet have turned to stone, and it looks like the effect is slowly spreading up your legs. Seems like the countdown has begun. You reach the door, but try as you might, it won't budge. You try the door out of the cafe too, but it's not going anywhere either. All of the internal doors to the museum seem to be fine at least, but how else are you going to get out of this building? And for the final time, might be time to consult your map and
I'll
work
say.
out where are you going next.
All right, Dani.
Yeah.
Before we consult the map,
Uh-huh.
let's dissect this guy's song and his plan.
Okay.
So what I gathered from the song and his whole introduction is he goes, hey, all my family loved alchemy. Whatever. I wasn't big on it. I just loved other scientists. So I built a museum because that's fun.
And yet, somewhere along the way, he realized that he was better than all of them at it because he found the solution that they were looking for really quickly.
Yeah, he was like, oh, it's just a simple three ingredient potion to make life gold. And then, showing that he's a bad alchemist and bad scientist, went, well, this will probably work if I stick it on my finger. No point testing it. I'll put it on my finger. It'll all be good. And this should allow me to absorb people's life essences and then give me their life essence. And then he didn't realize...
He thought that he was a planeteer, where he could just point his ring and it would do stuff to someone else.
But instead it turned out that having the ring was like, great, I'll absorb the life essence of the dude who's wearing me. Dummy, that's the closest life essence at hand, and started turning him into a statue.
But then, time passed, he got better.
Yeah, he got better.
And the correct way of doing this was a paired system. You needed 2 rings to do it, one to steal the life essence and one to give life.
Yeah, it also is like he tricked someone into getting the life essence from his ring and shooting it out into the museum. I'm assuming that was Eve, not us. I don't think we ever touched his ring.
We have a ring.
Oh, we do have a ring. Can you mention this, that we have a ring? What is this ring that we've had the whole time? Where did we get that?
Very first room, outside.
We just picked it up?
I can't remember where we found it.
You've drawn a picture of a ring. I have no memory of this ring.
The caretaker, going by the name Al, handed you a ring and said that you should hold it with you as you traveled through the rest of the museum.
He just gave it to us.
And did he also look like he was made of stone?
He was wearing very big gloves and like covering himself up. So
I don't like this guy.
Never be able to know. But yeah, so presumably Eve had the make things come to life ring.
We saw a plinth with a plaque being like, this is the Albert Graves.
I thought that was just a plaque on a wall.
But did it look like maybe there was meant to be a statue standing above it that was missing?
I didn't think so. I thought it was on a wall,
Like
but I grant you,
it was a podium?
my brain was not there at the time.
I think my head thinks it was a bit of a podium.
I did not draw
Maybe
that
it was
one.
the plinth that he
We've
should
seen
have
a
been
lot of
standing on.
plinths
It's
throughout
been a plinth
the
heavy
series.
journey. Did I write the word plinth anywhere?
I didn't even draw the second part of that room after the maze.
All right. So he was a statue, and he was like, don't worry, I got rings. 2 rings this time.
Yeah.
Presumably one for Eve and one for us.
Yes.
One of them released the life energy into the museum, probably making everything come to life.
And then we were grabbing it all again.
And we kept getting our passport stamped and then finishing rooms and making them not be alive anymore, I guess. Does that mean that now we're turning into a statue? So I guess no, he's draining our life essence. Oh, he probably doesn't, but he probably still has the other ring, I guess, if he has a paired ring. What a rude guy.
A little bit rude.
And he hired backup singers. What are they doing?
Yeah, I never consented to myself being harvested. That was mainly my key concern.
Okay.
All right, let's get that map.
Let's grab our map. Now that we made sure we're on top of where everything is, let's have a look at our escape map.
So internal doors work, external doors don't seem to.
well, yeah, you tried the main foyer door and you tried the door out to the cafe again. Neither of
and they
those
didn't-
seemed to work.
But we were also told that Eve never got her passport finalized
Because she was going to go to
because
the
she was
gift
going to
shop.
get finalized in the gift shop. Why don't we try the door to the gift shop?
Yes, let's take a look at that.
I mean, this is a museum arc. We all knew how this was ending. You need
You
to
can't
exit
get out
via the
without
gift
going
shop.
through the gift shop
Absolutely.
and buying a jigsaw puzzle that you'll never put together of art that you forgot you
Okay.
saw.
I'm sorry.
Dani has left the room, presumably to go and get some puzzles that were never put together.
Feel very targeted right now.
Yeah, it's a tiny puzzle. It was never put together. Do you see how dusty this is? This is covered in dust.
It's a couple of years old.
Terrible.
It is Monet's water lilies.
It's a micro puzzle. I'm cleaning the dust off.
Yes, we went to a museum a few years ago. I saw the water lilies there. I was very happy. I got the puzzle as the only souvenir.
So what you're saying is we're going to take a break and not do this room. We're going to do a puzzle instead?
I have just enough
puzzle?
space on the desk in front of me.
You
if
can't
I
do
move
a
my
vindication
notebook.
puzzle, Dan.
Are you sure?
We've got people to
All right.
save or kill or both. Okay, let's go into the gift shop.
All right.
We can.
You throw open the gift shop's glass doors and beeline straight for the exit door. When you try the handle, it's firmly locked. It's got a large golden keyhole, so it's presumably looking for a large golden key. Well, if you've learned anything from tonight, there's probably some sort of trick to it. Let's see what we're working with. This is the point, finally, where you can start drawing a map if you'd
Oh,
like
I've
to.
been drawing for a surprising amount of time.
Cool. The basic layout is the same as you can see on the museum map. So a big horizontal rectangle. There's a lot in this room, so draw it big. You've come through the glass lobby door in the middle of the east wall, and the exit door is on the far west side of the south wall. There's an L-shaped checkout counter in the southeast, stretching from roughly the middle of the south wall to just below the lobby door.
Lovely.
There are 2 small tables along the south wall between the checkout counter and the door. The west one seems to be for gadgets and robotics kits, while the east one has a few boxes of microscopes.
That's the Jeep Hall of Scientific Progress and the Miss Magpie's Marvelous Magnification Mystery Museum.
Lovely.
In the northeast corner, there's a glass cabinet filled with those dig for a fossil kits.
Nice.
The center of the north wall has a long table with various chemistry kits and at-home science experiments. In the northwest corner, there's a large table for remote-controlled toys like model cars and planes and stuff.
Sweet.
South of that, the rest of the west wall is covered by a long bookshelf with various sciencey books on it. And finally, sorted to the left of the center of the room, so roughly north of the robotics and microscope tables, there's a big barrel filled to the brim with various stuffed animals.
Ooh.
The taxidermy barrel.
As you step back to consider your options, the ring on your hand pulses white again. Before you have time to react, it flashes pink and then cycles through every color of the rainbow. A burst of multicolored light fills the room, quickly followed by a cacophony of different noises. As the light fades, you see animals running amok, plants growing over the walls, toy planes buzzing around the room. It's absolute chaos. This should be interesting. You are now free to explore.
Okay.
I'm afraid.
You're always afraid. You think there's bears everywhere.
Objects moving on their own is my childhood nightmare.
Dani, let's not engage with the room whatsoever so that we can turn around to look at the door we came in.
That makes sense.
And then we can ignore all the things
It's my
behind
first
us.
instinct, 100%.
You left the door to the gift shop open, so you can easily get out into the little
Phew.
sitting area beyond that. There's not a whole lot to see out here without heading into the rest of the foyer. Basically, just the vending machine that you shoved aside from the closet door earlier. But while you're looking at the door, hanging on the outside of this door, so on the lobby side, there's a very small sign that's clearly been hanging there for a while. It's quite worn away. It looks like a warning sign of some kind. It's a big red circle with a line through it, with some kind of furry animal in the middle, looking sad. There are words across the top that say, "No something," but the sign is so worn away that you can't read the second word. The design of the sign in general seems very familiar, though. You feel like you might have seen this exact design somewhere else in the museum.
Absolutely, we have.
We have?
I
What was
drew that.
this?
You think I didn't draw that right at the start? Where is it? Right there. I got a picture of that
Oh, no
sign.
squirrels.
That was no squirrels. We've been on these squirrels. I remember dissecting that in room 1 and going, really? The lack of squirrels didn't seem to come up that much. And it's coming up now. 18 weeks later? That can't be right.
Might be.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Does that look like it's no squirrels as in if you were leaving the guest shop, it would be no squirrels in the main foyer? Or if you were coming back into the gift shop, it says no squirrels inside the gift shop?
To me, it
what
was
side of the door?
none inside the gift shop. Was what
Yeah,
it
the
looked
sign's
like.
on the foyer side of the door, so it looks like there's no squirrels past this point.
Okay. While we're out here, I wanted to check that vending machine. It's been so noteworthy.
I figured we'd wait until we got some money. But we can see what's
Let's
in
have a
it.
look. We'll see what's inside.
Yeah.
Looking into this vending machine, it's filled with quote-unquote healthy snacks,
Ugh.
trail mix, dried banana chips, muesli bars, that sort of stuff.
Oh, bummer.
It doesn't seem to be reacting well to the magic that you've blasted into it, though. It's shaking violently, and you can see sparks of electricity flying off it. The lights are on, so it seems to still be working somehow, but you probably can't touch the number pad right now without being electrocuted.
Okay.
Gotcha. So we need some rubber gloves if we want some living bananas.
Perfect.
Makes sense.
And then the only other question is, did we want to? Are any of these seats around here interesting in the sitting area?
I have not written any seats in this, so I guess you
Great.
can sit on the floor in this sitting area.
All good. Let's go back inside. The
Oh,
gift
God.
shop.
Okay.
Okay. So
I want to deal with these animals running around everywhere first. They're scaring me the most.
where do did they come from the barrel?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go to the barrel and relevant animals.
All right. It's a big wooden barrel, which is currently entirely empty. All of the animal toys are now jumping around the room, tossing things around, and generally causing a bit of a ruckus. Sticking your head into the empty barrel, you spot something on the inside wall, a little brass plaque. There's clearly something written on it, but you can't make out any words. The plaque is absolutely caked with dust and grime. There's also something golden shiny sitting on the rim of the barrel.
Ooh.
Before you can take a closer look at it, though, a brown blur flies past your eyes, and then the golden object is gone.
Ow.
You look around the room, and you spot a group of monkeys playing catch with it.
All right. So
Rude.
I'm trying to get an impression of these dancing around toys. I'm trying to go from the level of, I don't know, Smurfs to Cornish pixies
Cornish pixies.
to the small soldiers. In terms of
Gorgonites.
yeah, in terms of how afraid I should be of them. And then right up the top are the Barbies from Small Soldiers. So at the moment, I think we're on Cornish pixie level.
I think it's perfectly fine.
I can handle that. You can swat those away if you need to, and they don't have feelings.
So the plaque we can't read.
No, it's gross.
Does it remind us of the plaque that we saw in the magnification room?
We've seen so many plaques.
Or the plaques that we saw in the Jeep room? Or the plaque that we saw on the statue about Albert Graves?
You're not looking at the taxidermy room first?
What was the plaque in the taxidermy
I
room?
don't know, but I assume there was one. There
Mm,
were a lot. We're just in the barrel, so I assumed.
That's fair. I don't remember any plaques from that room. I think it
You're
was a
right. That
plaqueless
actually
room.
may have been the plaqueless one,
Yeah. that was
comparatively.
this is the plaque that should have been in that room. Okay.
Ah. All right. Well, not much there. We've got some monkeys that are playing catch with our shiny thing that we want. That will
Yeah.
probably be very helpful. We're going to need a banana for that, which means we need
Yeah.
cash.
Okay, great.
Let's go to the checkout area.
Yeah, let's go to that checkout desk. Not the check-in desk. Let's go check out the cashier desk. Let's check out the point of sale.
This area seems mostly untouched by the magic, for better or for worse. There's a large, ornate cash register on the southern arm of the counter,
There is.
and a passport stamping station on the eastern end. Most of the
Ooh.
rest of the counter is taken up by large troughs of various impulse purchase toys.
Can we get our passport stamped, the final stamp?
I'll give it to Eve. She can have this one.
You go over to the stamping station. There's a single large multicolored stamp sitting next to a pile of blank museum passports. The sign in front says, "Missed an exhibit? This stamp can perfectly fill in any empty box."
Hmm.
Your passport's already filled in, but if you want to grab Eve's out, she is indeed missing one box. And yeah, it stamps into that box and fills in like a little museum logo, basically. Just a multicolored
Beautiful.
thing.
That's nice.
Nice.
All right.
She's very proud of herself.
But it also gives us access to any of the shapes we previously had stamped, presumably. So
Interesting.
if for some reason you're like, oh, wouldn't it be great if we had a stamp?
If only we had
that we
a
could make-
picture of a scarab right
if only,
now.
Yeah, if only we could put a bit of blood on something.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Although it
Are-
is worth mentioning, this doesn't seem to have any settings to be like, oh, I want to get the scarab. You just kind of stamp it in the box and it makes something. So
it's
you
the
have
free
a 1 in
space.
8 chance of making blood on something, I guess.
All
Good
right.
to know. All right. Well, this will be good to have with us if we need it, if we want to stamp stuff. But I feel like we're going to be goal oriented. We need that cash register.
Yeah, let's see if we can open the cash register.
It's certainly not like any cash register you've ever seen. The body of the register itself is almost featureless, just a metal box with what you assume is a coin slot on top. Next to it is a touchscreen monitor where it looks like you should be able to search for whatever item you're trying to purchase. There's only one button on it, though, a big red one labeled the perfect gift.
Hmm.
Oh. Well, I don't know what the perfect gift is.
Completed passport. We're done. Let's press it.
All right, you press that big red button,
Yeah, what happens?
pops up some text on the screen and says, calculating, calculating, calculating. Perfect gift identified. Gift shop exit door key. $9, please and thank you. And then it just displays a total of $9 on the screen.
Who the hell has $9 in coins these days?
Rude. Okay, so the key to the gift shop costs $9, and it's the perfect gift.
It's
I
the
mean,
perfect
fair
gift
enough.
for you right now.
That's true. That's a very good point. If Eve presses it, does she get
Oh
the
yeah,
same
does she
result?
get a different thing?
Now that you've pressed the button, the display
that's
has
it.
changed to just have $9 and there's no more buttons at all.
Okay. All right, we really need $9 plus whatever some banana mix costs.
Yeah. Is there any more detail about these impulse buy objects, or is it just there's impulse buy stuff?
Sure, there's a large sort of trough of various different toys in there. There's all sorts of different things in here of all different varieties. You dig around in the pile to see if there's anything interesting, and you do find something out of the ordinary. There's a receipt near the bottom. Having a look over it, you can understand why a customer would have buried this. You wouldn't want to admit you made this purchase either.
Ooh.
And now, if you'd like to open folder number 1.
Oh yes, for people at home, you can also see this image, the impulse toy receipt. Oh, we have a fun receipt. It has various things going up in price, where one costs $1, then $2, then $3, then $4, then $5, all the way up to $10.
Mm.
But the total is somehow $0. And then there's a Southern Cross card.
Yeah, so
there's-
what is this? It looks like someone tried to use 6 different cards and they all failed and then everything got thrown away. Is that what happened here?
And the card numbers are all starred out, but in doing so, it has made a
There's definitely a picture of a Southern Cross, which
inside a square.
we had a Southern Cross reference in the last room.
We did in room 9.
Rocket ship.
Southern Cross rocket ship.
Mm.
Okay, well,
That was
On the
its official
receipt-
name, I believe.
so going from $1 to all the way through to $10, we've got a commemorative pen, a kaleidoscope, a stress ball, a paper fan.
A fidget spinner, a wind-up lungfish toy, a rainbow pinwheel, a Rubik's Cube.
A wooden spinning top, and a museum logo keychain.
Those do seem like reasonable things to be on offer. So, $9. So an exit key is a wooden spinning top. That's as I'm understanding things.
Does that
There's a
make
wooden
sense?
spinning top
Danny,
costs $9.
is there any way we would take the dollar value letter from each of these things? So, for example, it starts like the C from commemorative pen, the A from kaleidoscope, the R from stress ball, the E from paper fan. So it says care. And then does it say taker?
It's not
No.
impossible.
What would that be? Care, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. E.
again?
So it's care, then E again.
P
P,
W
W. Care, Epwa. 2, 3, 4,
U.
5, 6. Yeah. Care, Epwu. I don't think this is going to be anything, Danny. Then an I,
Mm-hmm.
and then an O.
Makes sense to me.
What does that say?
Care Ep Woo I-O.
Yeah, I don't think that's it. Okay, interesting. What?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what we can do with this.
And it's
at
got a
this
barcode
stage.
to scan
It
at
does
the
have
bottom,
a
so-
scannable looking barcode if we ever find something like that.
Yeah. All right, weird.
That barcode looks real enough that I'm worried if I hovered my phone over it, it would take me somewhere. I know that's QR codes and not barcodes.
ARG,
but
Albert
still.
Rose Graves. It's an
Oh,
ARG,
no.
Danny.
I'm not ready for this.
Okay. Interesting. I don't know what to do with that. Doesn't seem
No.
actionable to me yet, but maybe we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Let's keep running around.
I agree.
I don't know if we're looking for anything in particular right now. So I think it's fact finding. Do you want to just check, do arbitrarily pick a thing?
Yes, but I'm bad at that. That makes
Great.
me freeze up.
Can we go and check out this glass cabinet in the top right corner?
The Dig Kits one.
The glass case containing the fossil kits, previously, a square, as most cases would be, has folded in on itself to form a glass pyramid. That's not the bit you're most worried about, though. On the north wall behind the case, a small air vent appears to have transformed into the open mouth of a cave. That cave is currently spewing a waterfall of sand into an ever-growing pile on the floor.
Yikes.
Okay.
Can we communicate with it?
I don't know. Can you?
Nah, probably not. And this glass pyramid, is there any way into it? Or does it look like it would have to be shattered to allow access?
Have a look at it. You can't find any sort of locking mechanism keeping the case shut, but there's a small keyboard just underneath the display that seems to have some wires attaching to some internal hinges, maybe.
When you say a keyboard, do you mean like a computer keyboard or a musical keyboard?
A computer keyboard.
Okay.
In the center of the pyramid, inside the glass case, there's a single fossil kit sitting on a pedestal. The branding on the side says, "Guess what's inside." Around that kit, inside the case, there seems to be a set of mini excavation tools that you assume probably come with the kit. A shovel, a sieve, that sort of stuff.
So presumably that'll be the password that gets us in there. How much do you think we just have to guess?
Was it on our receipt? Room 2?
No, they didn't buy one of these.
No,
Unless it's a
unless there's a
Rubik's Cube.
kaleidoscope.
Not impossible, would just surprise me.
Well, because it is room 2. Or not, because we're looking at something that reminds me of room 2. It's got a pyramid.
I see.
Maybe we do number 2, the $2 one. I don't know if it will work, but can we try and just type kaleidoscope?
You can. You type it in, you hit enter, but nothing happens.
Great. Okay, cool.
Interesting.
And I don't see anything here that looks more like it would be something inside.
I mean, there's a wind-up lungfish toy that could have come from literally any room.
Yeah. Sure. Great. Okay. Well, don't know what to do about that. Let's keep moving around.
Keep hunting. I suppose we should see what's wrong with everything else. How's
Before the room fills with sand and we die.
Little bit. How's the chemistry stuff looking? Chemistry stuff can always get rid of sand.
Most of this table is taken up by a massive steampunk-looking machine labeled the Mixomatic 8000. On one side of the table, I don't know how long it's going to take you to draw a steampunk machine, because I assume you're going to do it in detail. On one side of the table, there's a large textbook. It says, "Fun experiments that you can try at home," but someone's crossed that out and replaced that with "dangerous experiments that you shouldn't even think about." On the back wall, there's a large poster of the periodic table of elements.
Okay. I don't know what to do about that.
No, this is still some good wondering.
We could look closer at these things. That seems to have been generally the way that we do these, to get a bit of extra info.
Definitely true. Look, I don't think I need to skim through the whole experiment book right now, but I would like to know at least an overview of what this Mixomatic looks like.
Yeah, can we look closer at the Mixomatic?
How it seems like it could function.
If there's buttons to press.
It's got 2 input slots for beakers of chemicals on top and 1 output slot near the bottom. On the side, there are 2 large buttons, one labeled Mix and the other labeled Dispense Fresh Beaker.
Mix and get beak. Well, we don't know what we want to mix yet.
No, and dispense fresh beaker seems like it's if we screw up.
Yeah, so let's ignore that
Or just
for
start.
the moment. And the table of elements looks like an actual table of elements, or does it have silly elements on it?
I mean, it's got mostly real elements to your knowledge, but this is definitely the lowest effort periodic table poster you've ever seen in your life. There's no fancy colors, no group labels, not even a title at the top. It's literally just a black grid of boxes on a white background that looks like it might genuinely be a piece of A3 printer paper.
Nice.
It's not even filled in all the way. Some of the boxes on the table are just entirely empty.
Interesting.
What's
It's starting to look like a crossword.
Yeah. So in my head, laziest periodic table is just like hydrogen, helium, lithium, and the
Etc.
rest.
Just says hydrogen and then wait.
Hydrogen et al.
Hydrogen, helium, and the statistical anomalies.
Yeah. It's an astronomer's periodic table. Hydrogen, helium, and then those other losers.
Fluids and...
Yeah.
What is
Hydrogen,
it, metals?
helium. I think everything other than hydrogen, helium is a metal
Yeah.
in astronomical definition. And okay, so there's some that are unfilled.
Legitimately, I'm not joking. I see a bunch of squares of white on a black background.
Yeah, it sounds like
That's a crossword.
But it doesn't seem to have clues. All right.
We'll get there. Should we just do a bit more of a circle
Let's
around
just
the
keep
room?
circling. Let's get our
Okay.
basic understanding of everything.
All right,
What's in the RC car area?
So this table has been set up to look like a miniature city, with the back walls painted to look like a clear blue sky.
Aw.
Most of the table is a detailed model of a city block. There's an airport on the outskirts of the city that would normally hold the mini planes and helicopters, but almost all of those have taken off and are flying around the room, so there's only like one toy left there.
Huh.
In the far back corner, on a little hill, there's also a rocket ship on a launch pad.
So there were planes that should be in the airport, rocket ship that is where it should be, on top of a hill. And were there cars and other stuff driving around the city, or are they...
Seems like the cars have sort of jumped off the table and are driving around your feet at the moment.
Sounds
Aw.
fair. Is there anything...
You said there was one thing left in the airport hangar, right?
So most of them have disappeared, but there is still one sitting at the airport, a very rickety-looking helicopter. You're glad it's not moving, if you're honest. The body looks like it could fall apart at any second, but the blades on top are thick, sturdy, and very sharp. Not a good combination.
Hey, little guy, you need anything?
Can we take the blades?
Sure. It barely takes 2 fingers of effort to snap one off.
That's
To
where it's done
snap
good.
one of the blades off. You now have a long, sharp, blade.
All right, we got a knife.
You just murdered that thing. Have a second thought.
All right, if we ever need a blade, we got one.
Anything written on that little rocket ship?
It's a very cartoonish looking rocket ship. It's marked Southern Cross 2.
Yeah, it is.
The launch pad has a little control panel with a digital display, a big red button labeled launch, and 4 strange geometric silhouettes printed onto the metal. There's a square, then a down arrow, then a circle, and finally a shape that looks like a flower with 3 petals and no stem. Below each of those, there's a slider that goes from 1 to 10. So 4 sliders in total.
A square, a down arrow, a circle, and then a flower with 3 petals and no stem. Do you like my flower with 3 petals and no stem that I've drawn?
It looks basically exactly the same as mine.
Wonderful. What does that mean?
Something's biohazard.
Because this is the Southern Cross plane or rocket ship, it makes me want to use the Southern Cross receipt.
That's very fair. So are you thinking like a square could be a Rubik's Cube?
And you know what
Sort of thing?
that flower thing could be? Kind of reminds me of like a kaleidoscope. There's something kaleidoscopic about it. I'm not sure.
Interesting, because there's
But, like-
also, like paper fan, fidget spinner,
Stress ball.
pinwheel. There are all sorts of things that could be sort of flowery.
Well, the one that is oddest, I think, would be a downwards arrow. Oh, that could be a top.
Definitely could be a spinning
So this
top.
could be like the Rubik's Cube, the spinning top, the
Stress ball?
and I reckon a kaleidoscope. Some of the way I've drawn it is giving me big kaleidoscope energy.
I mean, you know what? It is the sort of image that, like, when you are looking at kaleidoscopic images, they
Yeah.
do that sort of thing. So I suppose I
So we
understand
could have
what you
some
mean.
kind of code here that is like 8 for
Okay,
Rubik's Cube, which is $8, 9 for spinning top, which is $9,
A
3 for stress
ball,
ball, which
three.
is $3, and maybe 2 for kaleidoscope. I'm not sure.
Possibly. I
Do you wanna
think there are
try
a couple
it?
of options.
In a
Try
way?
what?
Well, it didn't. It had some. Didn't have.
Oh,
a
there was
control
a
panel of some
keypad
kind?
for the
Keypad?
launch pad.
Can we put numbers into that?
There were the 4 sliders underneath that went from 1 to 10.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Can we
so
set them? That's right. Because you can set them from 1 to. Can we set them to 8, 9, 3, and 2?
Give it a try.
You put those numbers in, you hit the launch button. All of the lights on the launch pad go red, unfortunately, and nothing else happens. You might want to check over. You feel really good about yourself, but you might want to check over that last one again.
Yeah. I'm looking at the escape logo. That doesn't look like a flower with 3 petals.
No.
So that's not going to be. It's not going to be museum logo keychain.
I mean, a pinwheel could very easily do that.
Yeah, it could well be a pinwheel. That kind of looks like a flower with. Actually, yeah, that's a good point, Dani.
Mm.
A pinwheel has a stem.
Oh, that's
100%
true.
has a stem. And we
You're
were
right.
explicitly told it has no stem.
That's a good point.
All right, what about a fidget spinner? Oh, fidget spinner often does have 3 petally shaped things on a thing and no stem.
Been a long while since I've looked at a fidget spinner.
Fidget
You're
spinner,
probably
100%
right.
is fidget spinner.
Okay.
1,000,000% is fidget spinner. That's 5. If it's not 5, I'll kill Owen.
Oh, you're right. They do too. I completely.
Yeah,
It has
yeah.
been so long. I forgot what the basic fidget spinner
But
looked like.
it looks exactly like
Yeah,
a
you're
flower
totally
with 3
right.
petals.
Why is
Danny,
this a thing?
You've been given a gif of a... No, is that... Or can you spin that? That's weird. No, I don't like that. When you Google fidget spinner, it gives you the Google fidget spinner. That's weird.
I can
Stop
just
spinning it.
spin
Danny,
a
you have to
thing
get
on
back
my
to- You have to
screen.
get back to your job. Stop spinning the fidget spinner. So yeah, the
Of
last one will
course it
100% be 5 for fidget spinner.
Yeah, that makes
so
perfect
it's got to be
sense.
8935. We set the thingies to 8935. And now it feels like a real solution.
Yes.
You hit the launch button, and all of the lights on the launch pad turn green. The rocket begins to shake, and smoke pours out from the bottom. Suddenly, the shuttle takes off. It launches into the sky, spins in circles around the room, and crashes directly into the west wall.
Oh no!
More accurately, through the wall. It's made a reasonably sized hole in the sky backdrop.
Ooh, can we reach in
Um,
or fit in? How reasonably sized? Can we throw Eve in there?
It's really hard to see anything through the hole. It seems like there's a very large space back there, but it's dark, so you can barely make out details. There's something glinting on the floor just near the wall, though. You reach in to grab it out, and it's a shiny golden coin.
Hmm.
This coin has the museum logo on one side, while the other side has a strange rune, sort of like a lowercase T wearing a triangular hat. There are letters around the edge that read The Archives. As you pick it up, you hear a familiar whooshing noise in your ears. The hole in the wall starts to close itself over, and the sky pattern on it fades away. It's not a wall at all. It's a door marked Staff Only, which slowly swings open. As you go to put the coin in your pocket, though, you feel a tingling sensation in your legs. Your feet have entirely turned to stone by now, and it's spreading up your ankles. Thankfully, it seems you can still move your feet, but it's still rather alarming.
Okay. Well, sweet, we got a coin. It's got that symbol from the archives that we
Yep.
got stamped in our passport for
Oh, amazing.
Bruno, I'm assuming, right?
Great.
Like, if you look at that stamp,
Yes, you're
that's
absolutely
that's a
right.
lowercase T wearing a triangle hat.
Yep, perfect. That is what our stamp looked like. I was so excited to get a coin because we are really looking for money, but it didn't seem to have a clear monetary worth. That's okay. Shall we take a look at this presumably intimidating bookshelf?
Well, don't we have a staff-only door that's now appeared
I guess.
that we can go through?
I guess.
Oh, we can leave it for later, but I feel
No,
like let's
no,
just
all
follow our
right,
nose wherever
all
it
right.
goes.
Fair enough. Sure, let's do that.
Can we go through
We're
the
going to get
staff-only door?
stuck from having not looked at these books.
Don't worry, we have a blade.
You would not believe the amount of playtesters I've had who get the staff door and then forget about it and have to come back like an hour later because they've never gone in there.
Yeah, that would have been me. I'm trying to preempt it.
There's not a lot in this. This looks like a storage closet of some kind. Most of the shelves are covered in tarps and most of the cupboards are Loctite. Pretty much the only thing available here is a large, dusty book sitting on a back shelf.
All right, let's take this one.
Let's grab this dusty book.
The words stocked item ledger are embossed on the front cover in weirdly small lettering. There's a list of each product in each category on sale, most of which is entirely uninteresting. It seems to be sorted by product and date of delivery, but there are way too many pages to go through each one.
I'll say. Yeah, goodness. I don't know what to be looking for there.
What about the
Golden keys?
key?
Golden exit
What about
keys?
the gift shop key? How many have we got in stock?
You know, worth a shot.
It's the perfect gift. We look under perfect gift.
It seems to be more sorted by broad categories, like this is, on the 12th of November 1925, we got a shipment of fossil kits or whatever. So you
Yeah,
could look
actually, I
for
was
that.
thinking about fossil kits. Can we need to guess what's inside? Maybe it's written in the ledger.
Oh, that's
we look at dig kit?
interesting.
You can look through the dig kits, but almost all of those pages contain multiple different dig kits bought on any given day, and they don't really list which products are inside, so
And we can't do the maths to see that there's only one left.
not really, no.
Interesting. All right, well, let's shove that in our stony pockets.
Don't know quite
and
what to do with this yet. Don't know what I'm looking for.
looking. Yeah, it might become clear. Maybe it's already clear and we just haven't thought of it. We can search.
As we leave, just a super quick check. Is there anything on the back of the staff room door?
Not anything of note.
Okay, great. And I feel like we were discouraged by that description to start looking at anything else. And in the staff room
I
under
felt
tarp, so I'm not
very
going to.
trusting that it was that book.
So let's get out and look at the bookshelf.
Ugh.
Let's look at the bookshelf. Let's
All
look at the books.
All right. All the books have flung themselves open, and large twisting vines are bursting from the pages, covering most of the wall. It looks like if you want to reach any of the books on this shelf, you'll need some serious pruning equipment.
Like this blade?
In the center of the wall, one plant in particular catches your eye, a tiny golden flower bulb. The other vines writhing around it are clearly choking it out. Its leaves are withered and brown. Poor little thing.
Can I use my blade to cut the vines that are choking the flower?
Absolutely. You pick a particularly choppable-looking vine to start with and get to work. It takes some effort, but you manage to trace it back to its roots, a large open book. You chop off the source, and you slam the book shut. The chopped-off plant instantly withers away to nothing. You grab the other blades off the helicopter, and the three of you get to work on gardening. After a few minutes, you manage to cut back all of the vines, save for that golden flower bulb in the center. As you're cutting back the last vine, though, you accidentally nick your arm with the blade, and a drop of blood falls onto the bulb. Suddenly, the flower begins to rapidly grow upwards. Pretty soon, that tiny golden bulb has grown to a much more reasonable size, and it begins to open up into a beautiful golden flower. As it does, something shiny falls out from inside the bulb, a golden coin.
Oh,
Hey.
This-
up until the letter K, up to the K sound at the start of that, I thought we were on our way out of the museum. A shiny golden coin.
This coin has the museum logo on one side and a symbol of a flower petal on the other. Around the edge on that side, the words Mushnik's Hall of Horticulture are engraved.
Nice.
You stumble a bit as you walk to pick it up, and you look down to find that the stone effect has spread up your legs to entirely engulf your knees. You
Okay.
now understand why graves mostly stand still while people are watching.
So, what we're discovering here, Dani, is we're going to need 9 coins.
It seems to
We're
be.
getting a coin per thingy. We've only got 8 stamps on our passport.
This is intriguing stuff.
Why is that? Oh, because you didn't get one for the garden outside.
Well, I suppose.
Room 1 didn't get us
That's
a
true.
stamp, but that's okay. But we're gonna get a coin per room,
That's
and we've
why
currently
we've got the one extra stamp.
our
Special one.
and we've got our horticulture, Feed Me Seymour
Mhm.
pedal stamp, and we've got our See All the Museum Archive stamp.
Yep.
Wonderful.
All right. That
Okay.
means we've got a lot.
Which means
to
we're
go.
we're basically just over a fifth of the way through.
Well,
the room.
then let's hurry up. Let's take a look at this gadgets table.
Yeah, let's have a look at these gadgets.
In the center of this table, there's a bust of a humanoid robot, so like body and head sitting upright. The plaque next to him says, "Meet Eddie the Friendly Computer, the patient of the future."
Okay, that's friend computer, Edward.
Around him, there are 4 little example gadgets set up, although it's giving you less mad inventor vibes and more doctor's office. There's a stethoscope, a digital thermometer, a blood pressure cuff, and an otoscope, one of those fancy torches they use to look in your ears.
Hmm. Okay. Does this robot look like you can use these things on him?
I mean, it's a humanoid robot, so
Yeah.
you could give it a go if you'd like.
Yeah,
Can,
it's a-
can I look into his ears? Seems most harmless.
Yeah, let's use the
Can I use an
ear
otoscope?
look into a
Just-
thing to look into his ears.
Sure. As you flick the otoscope on, the device emits an ear-splitting whining noise, which
I'm
seems to
sorry.
continue the entire time the light is on. You'll have to make this a quick checkup then. You take a look in Eddie's ears, and you see something strange. There's a tiny button where Eddie's ear hole should be.
I press it.
Sure. Eddie's eyes flash for a second, but nothing else seems to happen.
Okay. Can we use the stethoscope on the chest of this bust?
Sure. You put the stethoscope up to Eddie's chest. There must be something working in there at least, because you hear something almost like a heartbeat, a rhythmic, mechanical thumping. As you lean in to use the stethoscope, you also notice something else. Just above where Eddie's heart should be, there's a tiny button.
Ooh, what does
I
this one
press
do?
that.
Eddie's eyes flash again.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. Can we put the blood pressure monitor on? How much of an arm does this thing have?
It's got arms. You can wrap it around his arms if you like.
Wonderful. I will.
Just one.
You strap the pump around Eddie's arm and let it inflate. As it does, the rickety old pump makes a loud rattling noise. There must be some part loose. Unsurprisingly, Eddie does not have a high blood pressure. As you take the reading, you notice something else. There's another tiny button on Eddie's forearm.
I press it.
Eddie's eyes flash again.
And now we need to take his thermometer.
I'm happy to take his thermometer, yes.
We need to take his thermometer with a temperature. We stick the thermometer in his mouth.
Sure. You stick the thermometer in Eddie's mouth and take a reading. Takes a few seconds and then makes a happy little ding when it's done. It's basically just reading room temperature by the looks of things. As you take the reading, you notice something else. There's a tiny button on Eddie's tongue.
Now, I don't know if you were writing down the noises that those things made, but all of those things made a noise.
Oh, a high-pitched
The wine, the
Wine.
stethoscope, we could hear the mechanical thumping.
Yeah.
The blood pressure monitor rattled. Monitor? That's a word.
Yeah, the monitor rattled.
And then the thermometer dinged.
Oh.
Don't know what we're going to do with those noises,
So
but
we've got a whine, a ding. Wait, the thermometer
wine
ding?
thump rattle ding.
Okay. Let's press this last button.
Sure. Eddie's eyes flash again.
We've got enough hands. Can we press them all at once?
They've got
Yeah,
a
we got
weird.
a girl.
They've got a weird sort of like lack of. I don't know what the word would be, but they seem to only let you press one at a time.
Okay.
They just
Interesting.
sort of hold out.
So do we need an order
It seems like
to
we might
thump,
have an order.
thump,
Thump rattle
Rattle.
ding wine, yeah.
ding wine?
Well, I haven't seen that.
No, nor have I. Okay.
As far as I now know, we should look at these microscopes. We could look at the exit door, but I feel like we already rattled against it, so I don't know if we'll get anything
We can
more
look.
out of that. And then we got to look at these monkeys.
All right, well, let's have a look at
And the experiment book.
microscopes.
For the most part, this area seems weirdly non-magical at the moment. Most of the microscopes are still packed away in their boxes under the table, but there's a floor model set up on top. It looks to be an exact scale model of the big microscope in the magnification exhibit. It's got one key difference, though. There's a golden zoom dial on the side with values from 0 to 360. That would have made things so much easier.
Can we look through the microscope and see anything?
You see nothing. Total darkness. Hold on. You've learned this lesson already today. You
Oh,
check the
yeah.
bottom of the microscope, take off the lens cap, and try again.
Every time.
What you see is less dark, but way more confusing. You see a bunch of multicolored circles, some moving around while others are arranged in a lattice pattern. It takes you a hot second to work out what on earth you're looking at, but you're pretty sure you've zoomed in to an atomic level. That's definitely way too high-tech for a museum of this budget. You fiddle with the zoom knob, but whatever value you set it to, nothing seems to change. There are hundreds of different molecules floating across your view at the moment, but there's one type that sticks out to you that seems to appear quite frequently. It's made up of a string of 8 atoms. At least you think they're atoms. They do have the museum logo embossed on the side, so who even knows anymore? The string starts with a blue one, then red, then orange, blue again, yellow, then green, purple, and finally red again. You're not a chemist, and neither am I, clearly, but given there are 6 different colors of circle in the string, you assume that means 6 different elements, but you're not good enough at chemistry to identify them on site.
Yeah, and the periodic table, if we went back to that didn't have any color codes. It was all black and white, right?
It's all black and white.
But it doesn't write like, this one's blue.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to look at the dangerous experiments book or see what these monkeys want?
You think that's all we can do right now with this microscope? Probably, right?
Potentially.
Okay. You want to check the monkeys?
I would love to check the monkeys.
Let's have a look at the monkeys and the gold thing they're chucking around. Obviously a coin, right?
Seems likely.
If you spend your time trying to watch the monkeys for a while, it does look like the item that they're throwing around could be a coin of some description. But yeah, they don't seem to be... They're just having a great time, honestly. They're not sitting there with a 4-digit combination lock or anything like that.
I take the sign from the gift shop foyer door and I hold it up to them. I cover up the bits that are obviously squirrely and go, sorry, guys. It's not my rule.
Oh yeah, do the monkeys follow orders?
They stick their tongue out at you and continue.
Dang.
Dangerous chemical books for dangerous boys.
Yeah, can we start flicking through some of these experiments?
All right,
Sure.
Back to the chem table.
There's certainly some interesting stuff in this book. It's basically a lot of different recipes for chemicals that you really should not be teaching kids how to make.
Sure.
Poisons, drugs, high-power explosives, and demolition equipment, and several things that you're pretty sure were outlawed by the Geneva Conventions. Nothing sticks out to you directly, though.
Okay.
No images of multicolored molecules.
Unfortunately, no.
All right. Let's see.
We've got that plaque in the barrel.
That's true.
we couldn't
Dirty
read.
plaque.
Does it look like it has stuff that's too small to read on it because it's a tiny plaque?
It's not so much too small as just, yeah, there's way too much grime on this. You'll need to...
Can we look through the
Clean that
dangerous
off.
experiment stuff to see if there's
Any super cleaners?
super cleaner?
It's not very dangerous.
That's way too normal for this.
Yeah.
There wasn't any cleaning supplies in the staff closet, was there?
No, that seemed to be more of a product to closet than a janitor's closet.
Okay. What do you want to do next?
Anything that we want to mix or match.
I don't know. Can we press the get a beaker button on the Mixomatic?
Sure. The machine whirs to life, and you immediately start to doubt the structural integrity of this thing. You can hear some concerning thumping noises coming from somewhere deep inside. After a while, it starts making rattling noises and smoke
Nice.
billows from the top. The machine lets out a high-pitched whine, and you see the whole thing shake. Then there's some more rattling, more whining, more thumping, and then it all stops. The machine lets out a happy little ding, and the output hatch opens up, revealing a fresh new beaker.
Okay.
We did a thing. We got a thing.
Smashed the beaker on the ground. We don't need it. We head back to Eddie the computer.
No, this is where Eddie needs his medicine. He's going to need it in that beaker.
Oh, no. We go back to Eddie the computer. And I believe there are
Eddie the
7
computer.
sounds that we heard.
That was what I heard. So I went thump with the chest, rattle with the arm,
Yep.
whine with the ear,
Yep.
rattle with the arm, whine with the ear, thump with the chest, ding with the mouth.
Can we press the buttons in that order?
You press the buttons in that order, and when you press the tongue button one final time, Eddie's eyes flash brightly. A panel on his heart pops open.
Ah.
Inside, there's a small blue computer screen along with a shiny golden coin. This one has the museum logo on one side and a design that kind of looks like a blood splatter on the other. There are letters around the edge spelling out Dr. Monk's Ward of Medical Milestones. As you pick this one up, you feel another tingling sensation. This time in your fingers.
Ignore it.
Your legs are fully stoned by this point, but your fingertips are starting to harden as well.
All right. And you said there's a computer screen in there? Is that something look atable?
Sure. Eddie's eyes turn to look at you as you approach.
Ugh.
Ah! There's a skull on the screen. You jump backwards, and the skull moves backwards too. Oh, there's your skull on the screen. Is that better or worse?
Oh. Can we rotate? This is so nothing. I don't get. I'm just not sure.
Ooh, okay.
If we rotated the, or can we pick up Eddie?
You can't pick him up, but you can sort of take his head off eventually if you unscrew it. So
Can we take it over to the pyramid and use
We
its
can see
apparently
inside stuff.
X-ray eyes and computer screen to look at inside the dig box?
absolutely, you take
Yeah, I know
Eddie.
how to problem solve.
Amazing.
You take Eddie over to the fossil kit, and sure enough, on the screen, you can see right through the glass, through the plastic, through the stone, to the skeleton inside. Yeah, that sure is a dinosaur, all right. 4 legs, a head, a tail, and really no other discernible features. Thankfully, Eve pops her head over your shoulder and gives an excited squeal. Ooh, I know this one. It's a Nosandrasaurus. They're my favorite.
Yeah, that's a child, all right.
I feel like you're going from Paticopus slowly into Peter Lorre. Yes, it's an Osasaurus. They're my favorite. Okay. Can we type in on the keyboard in front of the glass pyramid Osandrasaurus?
You type that into the keyboard, and the front face of the pyramid swings open.
Whoop, whoop.
You pick up the fossil kit, and underneath there's a shiny golden coin sitting on the plinth. As you pick it up, the case wobbles and pops back into a regular square shape. This coin has a detailed silhouette of a scarab with the words, "A brief history of human history," around the edge. As you pick up another coin, you watch as the stone effect engulfs your entire hands and some of your wrists. Your hands go entirely numb. Thankfully, it seems you can still move them normally, at least.
I don't like it.
I'm okay with it for
When
now.
you turn my hands about, I don't like it. Okay, we got another coin. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 coins down, I think.
But you know what? There are worse things than turning into a conscious statue. I'm not saying it's the greatest. I'm just saying there are worse things.
Turning into an unconscious statue.
Yeah, that sucks.
Okay. What are we looking for?
Money to get into the vending machine
Or at
is
least,
what I
like,
want. Or
well, the
something
vending
to get in
machine,
the vending
more than
machine.
money, we need something to avoid getting electrical shock.
Yeah, it looked like it wasn't working well enough to, like, care about money at the moment. It
Ooh,
basically
that's
just wants to
interesting.
shock you.
Yeah, I've given up on money. I've just been thinking about getting
Oh,
there.
okay, that's fair, that's fair. Well, yeah, that being able to get into the vending machine is definitely my key thing. So what are some objects that are good at dealing with that? Rubber gloves?
Rubber gloves. Can we throw the bust of Eddie into the...
Ooh, I assume he's got metal inside. That seems like a terrible
just
idea.
to smash it.
Wood. Wood is non-conductive.
We haven't used that, but...
Sand.
And-
Oh, right, there's still sand going on.
Yeah, the sand is
no.
slowly filling up the room as we go.
What do we do about that? Burn it and turn it into glass? What do you do with sand? Can we just cover it up somehow? Is there a...
I don't think it's going to help if we cover a vending machine in sand.
No, I don't mean the vending machine. I mean just the vent.
The hole?
Yeah, this seems like a problem in itself.
Can we fit a book in that hole?
There was some tarpaulin in the back staff room. Could grab a piece and just cover it?
You can grab some fabric and try and cover the hole, but the sand is coming out at too much velocity at this point to be stopped by that. It is worth mentioning, the mouth of this cave looks extremely unstable. It looks like it would only take one big boom to fully collapse it. The stream shows no sign of stopping for now, although you do spot something interesting within the constant flow. There's the occasional fleck of silver within the sand.
Interesting. Too much of it to just like stick a hand in and scrumble about?
It's less of like there's a silver item in there and more like there might be some powder within the within the flow.
All right, so if this is unstable, then trying to like cause a rock slide over it seems like the aim there. I feel like the explosives book is going to help us with that, right?
We have an explosives? Oh, the dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look for nitroglycerin. Let's look for something explosive.
Yeah, rock slide explosions?
Absolutely.
TNT.
There's a couple of very worrying concoctions in here, but one particularly well-worn page of explosives catches your eye. There's a substance named Vector Zero. It lists two main ingredients, powdered silver and the pollen of the gold bloom flower. Apparently mixing them together will create a non-deflagrated explosive, basically a powerful shockwave.
Oh.
Well, there's already silver in the sand.
It seems like there is, and we've got a golden flower. Does it look like...
Also, can we just acknowledge so far, for people who are not regularly on our Discord, that with Vector Zero and Asandra, and Edward is friend computer on our Discord. These are all Discord people references that you can all appreciate, and you'd appreciate it more if you're on the Discord. Where were we? Okay, yes, we have a gold bloom flower. Can we grab that gold bloom?
Does it have
petals?
Grabbable pollen, or do we need some sort of a helpful bee toy to help us with that?
You can grab another beaker out and sort of scoop up some pollen if you'd like.
Sounds great.
Now, are we just going to throw that at the sand, or do we scoop up some sand and put them in the mixologist to create a mix of the two that is then unstable?
Also feels like
you know what? It's easy. Let's try first of all just to throw some pollen straight at the sand near the mouth of the hole. Does that blow it up?
It seems like not. It doesn't do a whole lot.
That would be too much. All right.
Let's get a beaker of sand, a beaker of gold flour. Stick them in the mixometer and mix.
Well, I mean, let's go through one of the other random chemistry sets and do as much filtering of that sand as possible.
Nah, we'll be okay.
You can stick a beaker of pollen and sand into the thing, but the result out the other side of the mixomatic is kind of a muddy, not great mixture. It looks like the sand
so how
is
do we
messing
filter
up the...
sand and silver? With water?
That does it. Silver is not soluble in water.
No, something the sand might be a bit more.
You think sand is soluble in water?
I was thinking like it might form a clumpy mud and then the silver. Okay. Do we have a sieve to get things?
That could work if they were small enough like that. Silver being a metal, you can also just acid it. That will get it separate.
That's true.
Things like that. All sorts of fun things that you can do.
It's not magnetic.
It is
to
not
my
magnetic.
Understanding.
Most likely, I would assume that a straight-up filter, a particulate filter, would be likely the decision. Whether that's a decision here, who can say? Do we have, looking at this chemistry bench, does it look like there's any good separating things? Oh, actually, in the dig kit section as well, that seems like an archaeological sort of thing to do, to have to sieve sand as
there
well.
Were excavation tools. We had sieves in that room. Is there a sieve in the glass pyramid?
There absolutely is a sieve within those tools.
Cool. Can we use it to separate the sand into various grain sizes and hope that one whole layer is silver?
Sure. You stick the sieve underneath and the sand all gets caught by the sieve, but out the other side you have some very fine powdered silver.
Woohoo!
Beautiful. Can we put that in the mixomatic?
Beaker mix those babies up.
Absolutely.
Don't mix babies up.
You head to the chemistry table, grab 2 empty beakers, put in your 2 powders, and let the machine do its thing. Makes all of its fun noises, and pops out a beaker of bright red liquid fizzing angrily. You grab the beaker, race back over to the cave mouth, and toss it in. It's getting angrier and angrier, and you can hear a familiar whooshing noise in your ears. You dive over the checkout counter seconds before an enormous boom shakes the entire
Down
room.
monkeys!
Shards of the beaker fly across the room, and something golden metallic whizzes over your head and thunks into the wall behind you. When you peek your head over the counter again, there seems to have cleaned up quite a few things around the room. For one thing, Eddie the robot is gone, unfortunately.
Oh!
So is the Mixomatic and that flower in the corner. Pile of sand on the floor is gone, though, and the cave mouth has transformed back into a normal metal vent. You turn around to find that thing that flew over your head. It's a golden coin. This one has a double helix pattern with the words "The Jeep Hall of Scientific Progress." At the same time, you notice that the stone effect has now reached up to your elbows. Your hands don't even feel numb anymore. It doesn't feel like you have hands at all, just solid stone the whole way through.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, I mean, is life even worth living without Eddie?
That's 5 coins in, 4 coins to go.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we have left to do?
Okay, so-
obviously we need the monkeys. We need to get into this vending machine.
Yep, we've still got the microscope dealing with that, the no squirrel
yeah.
sign. We've got this stock book,
Yes, haven't used that yet.
and we've got staring at the man outside.
That's probably less likely.
And as far as I understand it, we've actually got the whole museum open to us if we ever need to go back anywhere.
We've also only looked at one of like 4 images that are related to this room.
That is interesting.
Got this blue, red, orange, blue, yellow, green, purple, red.
Yeah, where have colours been? Should we have looked more at the little model civilization
Oh yeah, can we
near
look,
the
is there anything
rocket
else
and
to
the
do with
destroyed
town?
helicopter?
This looks like it might actually be a model of your local city. Unfortunately, not the bit that includes the museum, but, still nice to see familiar things. It's a very remarkably detailed little model. There's, post boxes, working street lamps, the lot. It's even got street names and house numbers and everything. You don't see anything particularly out of the ordinary, though.
Just trying to figure out if there's anything you can associate colours with on there, Maybe there were coloured
Yeah, is
houses
it like a
all in a
blue
row.
street and a red road?
Or a little river and an orange street lamp. That sort of thing. A red post box. All sorts of ways that these things could connect to each other. But I can't say for sure.
We have done nothing about this periodic table.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about the periodic table.
Yeah, there's still those empty boxes on that table. And if you do have a look around, it does look like there's about 6 empty boxes around the table.
Ooh, interesting.
Which are the 6
can relate
elements
to
that
the
we're
6
looking for, right?
colours,
a blue,
yeah.
a red, an orange, a yellow, a green, and a purple.
That is interesting. Should we is it good if we know more about where exactly they are on the table?
Yeah.
I mean, they're all sort of scattered around. You're not getting much about like a pattern to them.
We lost access to the Mixomatic in that explosion.
Yes.
Do we still have access to our Scary Experiments book, or has that also been wiped off the face of the earth?
Seems to have turned back to like just a boring old book. Nothing interesting to it.
Okay.
Which stamps do we still
Yeah, that's a good
not
question.
have? Just could get
Just-
our
yeah, might help us know where we're going.
frame of mind. Like the taxidermy is still
We don't have our zoom in coin.
the microscope. Yep.
We don't have our taxidermy, as you're saying, one, which is fine. And we don't have our take one small step.
our DeLorean. Good point.
You might be able to plot out by this point exactly where everything in the room is going to come from, and that might be helpful.
Really? Oh, that's fun. Could you please open up the map again?
Sure.
I am trying to establish now where.
Do you
did
think
we
the
get
gift shop
certain
is
things
like
from?
a mini version of the museum itself?
I think it could be.
Because the horticulture bookshelf was all along the western wall leading to
Yeah.
the door, which it is in the main museum. The
Scarab beetle coin we got
was
from
in
the,
the top
right.
Oh, you're right. Okay. The barrel is right in the center left, which is where the taxidermy room was.
Yep. Oh,
So the
okay.
top left was the McFly Hall of Transportation.
And the museum archives one. Where did we get that one from? We just sort of pulled that out.
Museum archives, yeah, we got that through the wall because it was kind of disappeared through a wall sort of thing.
That was through the wall. Fair enough.
And the transportation is where the RC stuff is. The chemistry kit is all where the Jeep Hall of Scientific Progress was, which is a symbol we don't have yet. We've got our medical one because we got it from where Eddie the guy was.
So that means there is still something in the top left for us because that's the McFly Hall of Transportation.
Yes, because by doing the rocket ship, which is what we took to the archive, that got us the archive coin, which was through the wall.
Yeah.
So there should still be something from that remote control area, which must have to do with the town.
Little town.
The little town, the
full
little
of
quiet
little
village.
people. Okay, and from there, what's 2? The taxidermy in the middle. Yes, we're working on that. 3, 4, 5 is the cafe.
Which would be outside. So that's like where the vending machine
It is.
Going out the right door is like going out the main foyer door
Could be.
to the cafe outside. So we'll get something from the vending machine.
And then the magnification.
Which is where the magnification is, which we know we haven't done anything.
That's lovely.
So we know the 4 coins. There's a monkey coin, there's a vending machine coin.
How is a monkey in the vending machine not the same
Well,
coin?
the vending machine might have to do with the monkeys.
But it might shoot out
But
its own
maybe it
thing
also
or
has
something
a
else
coin
going
zone.
on.
Remote control car. So how do we deal with this vending machine? It's electrical. If we try and get close and touch the vending machine, we'd get shocked by
Our
light.
fingers are made of stone now.
Our fingers are made of stone now. Can we just go out and touch it?
Absolutely, you can.
Oh, we didn't need anything. Just time.
Ah, see? This is why it's cool. Everyone's saying, oh no, the time you're turning into stone. And I'm sitting here saying, great, I love it.
You're here sitting. It's clobbering time.
It's not every day that you're slowly turning to stone, so you might as well make good use of it. You punch a few numbers into the display, and you don't feel a thing. It looks like you can get anything you're looking for.
Bananas.
You punch in the item code. The chips get a bit stuck on the way down, but thankfully the machine's shaking sorts that right out. You grab the packet of banana chips, but you also hear something clink into the coin return. The vending
Ouchie.
machine abruptly stops shaking, and the buzzing dies down.
Is there a coin in the change?
There is indeed a golden coin in the coin return. This one says the Philosopher's Scone Cafe, but the center is entirely blank and smooth. You high-five each other. Bits of dust and gravel go flying across
we
the
can't
room.
do that anymore.
The stone effect is reaching up to your shoulders by this point. This could be a problem.
All right.
So let's take the banana chips in to give to the monkeys.
I think that the monkeys are definitely my priority.
Absolutely. You approach the gaggle of monkeys with a handful of banana chips. They turn to stare at you, and the biggest monkey slowly walks over. He picks up a chip and takes a bite. He thinks for a moment, then nods very enthusiastically. He thrusts the shiny object into your hands as payment, grabs the bag of chips out of your hands, and runs back to his group. The other animals around the room rush over to see what all the fuss is about. Pretty soon, there's a full banana chip picnic going on. In the meantime, you've got yourself another shiny golden coin. This one's design has 2 vertical lines of paw prints, and the text around the edge reads The Whimsical World of Taxidermy. Sadly, as you walk away, you hear a whooshing noise in your ears once again and turn to see the animals have reverted to being inanimate toys.
That's okay. Those banana chips were riddled with cyanide.
Now I want some banana chips.
Really?
Yeah, I don't usually want banana chips. But
Even
now
after I just said the
we've said
cyanide
it too
thing.
many times, and I want to eat some.
Okay.
Probably just because I didn't have lunch.
Okay. That felt like a big leap forward. So stockbook, model town, microscope, periodic table, no squirrels.
And you can stamp in a little no squirrel sign in the middle.
Aww.
Don't know if that did anything, but we've done it.
Oh, well, it wouldn't have worked
Yeah, it
if it
probably
didn't
wouldn't
have
have
a picture on it.
Okay.
There's one more thing that you guys, I think, have forgotten about entirely.
Uh-oh.
It sounds
Hate it
like
when
it.
that happens.
There's a grand rule of this podcast, and there's a more advanced version of that might be happening in this room right now.
We checked the ceiling.
Oh no! What other what?
Well, we always check the door. When we checked the
Yes.
door, it had a no squirrel sign on it.
There was that door. There was the other door. There was the new door that we created. What's the more advanced
didn't-
version?
We didn't check the door to the closet that we came out of right
I
at the
thought
start.
we did. Oh right, good point. Yeah, the very beginning, the broom closet. That's true.
Is there anything there?
Sure, you can head back outside to that where the closet door is sitting from before, the vending machine sitting to the side of it. This janitor's closet, you can still get in if you want.
it's
not
a
locked or
janitor's
anything,
closet.
but it's not particularly inspiring.
Don't even describe it. We take the cleaning materials out.
Yeah.
We
it's
go
filled
back
with
and we
cleaning
clean the
supplies.
plaque with them.
You go back to the plaque with a bit of heavy-duty stain remover. You can wipe away the grime and read the plaque underneath. It says, "This shipment was delivered on the 12th of July, 1986. No wonder it was so dirty.
Okay, and that gives us a thing to check on our stock book.
It does.
Can we see what was delivered on the 12th of July, 1986?
Sure, you can have a look for presumably an animal shipment in 1986. There is indeed a page for that shipment. Whoever filled out this page is way too space efficient, though. There's a lot of text here, but it's been written so very, very small that you can't make out a word of it.
Can we take that page and put it under the microscope?
Get out of here,
And look
molecules.
at it on an atomic level.
You're just looking at... I really should have at some point looked up what the atomic composition of paper was, but basically you're
Carbon.
just seeing, carbon and that weird molecule floating around again.
Okay. How else do we just need a magnifying glass?
I mean,
Is there an impulse by magnifying glass?
Unfortunately, no. Doesn't seem like it.
can't just reset the microscope to a reasonable level?
No, we set it. Whatever we set it at, it was still looking at
I
atoms.
know.
There is that zoom knob, but it doesn't seem to do anything, unfortunately.
Yeah. So we can read the plaque, which got us the book page, but we can't read the book page because it's too small. So we need to be able to zoom in, but the zoom in our microscope doesn't work. Is there anything more to look at with that zoom? It just goes from 0 to 360, and no matter what we set it to, we can't read the book's worth of stuff.
It's a little golden zoom dial, but turning it doesn't seem to actually affect your field of view.
Is it actually a golden zoom dial, or can we just remove it because it's a coin?
It doesn't seem to come off, unfortunately.
Okay, if we go to the tiny version of the town, is there a little guy who lives there who's like, hey, it's me, I'm real little. I'll read it for you. I'm a tiny
that
guy.
would have been so much better than me.
Hey, it's me, I'm a little tiny guy. I'll read it for you.
Don't you
Don't
hate it when that
worry about
happens?
If you give me 20 minutes to rewrite this room, then I can make it happen, but...
Yeah, Eve, is this just our adult eyes getting depressing?
Nah.
Oh, thank
you
God.
can't do it either.
I
Have we
couldn't
seen
handle
anything
that.
that has the capacity to zoom? I mean, the microscope, but it doesn't work. Maybe we need to solve the microscope puzzle first.
Could be.
And we're locked behind that.
Definitely could
So we're
be.
back to the question of how do we get atom types?
And what are we doing with them once we've got them?
True.
As well.
I've no idea. I mean, maybe we draw them as where they're blanks on the.
We don't have drawing materials as far as I
That's
know.
true.
And I don't know what that would accomplish.
Did we have any lemon juice? Wait, no, we don't want the lemon juice. Do we have any heat to expose secret writing of lemon juice? Do they sell black lights in the impulse buy section?
They don't seem to. And as far as you can see, there's not any sort of, secret stuff on this page. It looks like it's genuinely just an empty box on the... they haven't remembered to fill in that bit yet, or they haven't gotten around to it, I guess.
I just fill it in. I just write plutonium in one of the squares.
Trying so hard to picture this table of elements and figure out what we could do with it.
The fact that we don't, if we had a picture, Dani, if we had a picture of the table of elements, then it would be like a puzzle we can solve. So far, we know there is a table of elements that doesn't look like a real table of elements that has some elements missing in places we don't know about. I don't think that's something you can solve by trying to picture
I
it.
stamp it.
Yeah, can we stamp it? Can we put it into the stamper and get stamps? Because they are squares. That's a good idea. Does it stamp elements into the squares?
There was that poster on the stamp that said it could fill in any empty box.
Fills in any empty box, Dani.
You take your trusty stamp to the empty boxes on the table, and it does indeed fill in
idea.
the missing details.
Thank God.
Not only that, it fills out each of the 6 boxes in a different color. This is way nicer looking than the pure black and white. And this is going to be image number 2.
Again, for people at home, you can see this image. It's been a while, but
Says
here's the second image.
completed table.
Okay, so we know that blue is oxygen.
Orange
Orange
is
is
fluorine.
fluorine.
Red is neon. Purple is iodine. Green is radon. And yellow is uranium.
Now, does it spell something if we put those letters of the alchemical symbols in this order? So it would be O
N
N
E.
E. That says 1.
Orange is F.
O. Oh, sorry, that's F.
I know. Yellow is uranium. These look like numbers.
1, 4.
Purple is. Those are numbers, baby.
What is it? 1, 4,
9.
9. Can we set our dial to 149
On the microscope.
on the microscope? What other dials do we have, Dani?
You absolutely can. You've never been lied to by atoms before, although they are known to make up everything. You set the zoom to 149 and then look down the lens again.
If I didn't need this pen, I'd have thrown it at my webcam.
It takes a few seconds for anything to happen, but after a while, you hear a familiar whooshing in your ears as your view begins to rapidly zoom out. The microscope is now set to a reasonable level, and you feel the zoom knob come off in your hand.
Told you it was a coin.
Yay!
Give me that coin.
You find out you're no longer holding a knob at all. It's a shiny golden coin. This one has an off-centered design that looks kind of like a scorch mark. There's writing around the side that says Miss Magpie's Models of Magnification. By this point, most of your chest has entirely turned to stone. You're finding it hard to breathe, but you soon realize it seems you don't need to anymore. You can't decide if that's great or terrifying.
That's awesome!
It is breath. Okay, now can we use our proper microscope to read the writing on the piece of paper that we had? That was too little.
Absolutely. This seems to be exactly the right zoom level for it. And
Yay.
now that you can actually read the page, it's a lot less space efficient than you first thought. Most of the page is covered in calculations and mad ramblings. Only a small amount of the page is actually devoted to product information. And this is going to be image number 3.
We're getting them all now.
Right. People at home, you can see image number 3, but so can we.
Oh, yeah, that's quite a few stuff. We've got
Okay.
a big list of animals.
Shipment 12/7/1986. Baxter the squirrel, Ulysses the squirrel, Tony the lungfish, Winifred the bear, Elspeth the tiger, Lucretia the chameleon, Octavia the squirrel, etc., etc., etc. Dani, I know what I'd like to do.
Capital reading? Letter
First
reading?
letters of each one,
Yep.
but not each one.
Mhm.
So I don't care about B.
Huh?
I don't care about U. I'm going to start on
No
T
squirrels!
because no squirrels.
Oh.
So I'm going to read
Well,
the
hold on,
first
can we
letter
read
of
what-
the names.
Let's see what would happen if we included squirrels first.
Okay.
But-
B-U-T. But we love.
But well,
But we love.
but we love what?
What?
Kind grow mad.
Grow mad. But we love what kinds grow mad.
That does say something.
It does say, but we love what. Maybe that is correct.
And what happens if you get rid of squirrels?
Then it's
12. Okay, that's
12.
also important.
12.
Wah. Okay, I should write this down.
Okay. So if we do the first letters of everything, it says, but we love what kinds grow mad, which is very Alice in Wonderland.
It really is. 12. Okay. And then if I skip those, 12W, skipping that Harriet the squirrel, A, T, K, I, N, get out of here, Dani the squirrel, S. Oh, this looks
Isn't it
good.
the 12 Watkins?
Yeah. Road.
12 Watkins Road.
It's a place.
It's an address.
We found a
Okay,
place.
We rip up this piece of paper. We eat it, and then we go over to the small town. Can we check out?
You can't
12?
eat it, you don't have a stomach anymore.
Oh, good point. Can we check out 12 Watkins Road?
There is indeed a Watkins Road in your city.
Nice.
You search down the road for number 12. It's just a little apartment block with a cute little porch out the front. Actually, though, the front step of the porch looks a little loose. You pull at it, and it slides out, revealing a hidden compartment. Inside, you can just barely grab out a shiny golden coin. This one has the silhouette of a race car with text around the edge that says the McFly Hall of Transportation. As you pick it up, the entire city set wobbles for a second and then collapses downwards.
No.
It's now just one of those children's playmats with a city map drawn on it. That's the
Nice.
last coin, and not
We've
a
got our
second
coins.
too soon. Your neck is starting to turn to stone as well. It's time to
We've-
finish this.
We run over to the cash register.
Uh-huh.
We put in all 9 of our coins into the coin slot to hopefully get a key.
As you put in the last coin, the display changes to a smiley face emoticon. The cash register shakes for a second before the cash drawer suddenly pops open. You don't see a key in there, unfortunately.
Give me a key, you stupid machine!
The design of the drawer itself is rather interesting, though. There are a few weird shapes printed on the underside. And this is going to be your final image, number 4.
All right. For people playing along at home, it's the final image of the final room of the final season. We're never coming back. No, that's not true.
Oh, okay, this is clearly very similar to our room map, but with very different symbols going on.
Yes. So this is a map of the of the whole museum, where within the gift shop is a smaller version of the map of that museum, as we just discovered as we were playing.
Okay, so are these things that we have to like put into? We have to.
Well, look, green is. It also says, okay, in the welcome hall, green is plus and red is minus. That's what it says. Green plus, red minus. And then we have all these symbols where there are certain pluses and minuses associated with them.
Yeah.
So I don't know quite what that means. But for example, the one in the far left is where our archives was. And it kind of looks a little bit like, so it's a green-red triangle on the left, a red triangle on the left, a green vertical line, two little red things there.
Someone was drawing a sailboat and then got bored.
But also like, if you took the symbol that we have on that coin, you could minus the left side of the triangle, minus the two arms of the T below it. And then also add the middle again, which is a bit odd. But that's almost like a P, maybe?
Oh, boy.
Or something like that.
That's intense.
Do you sort of get what I mean? If you did those minuses and pluses to the symbol, I don't know why you'd plus the middle again, but in general, you'd have... Well, I suppose because the triangle doesn't have a line through it, so maybe that's okay. But you'd have like a big capital P.
Look, possibly? Then we've got a couple of other questions that I have, like what's with the N in the cafe?
Well, that's a no squirrel sign.
And what's the vertical line on the roof?
Does that look like a place where we could type in text?
The vertical line on top is just meant to be the coin slot of the main.
Oh, that's the
Gotcha.
coin slot.
Body.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, can we take our individual coins still available? Or are they gone now?
The coins have entirely vanished.
Okay.
That's okay. We've got a passport. We're fine.
Well, let's open up the picture of all the images, the passport, right? Like, for example, right? Okay, look at this, Dan. Look at this. The symbol for the taxidermy room is a circle with two vertical lines of paw prints.
Yeah.
If we look at the box in the taxidermy room based on this map, it is instructing us to minus the circle.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a circle that is red. And with a green diagonal line, connect those two vertical
would
lines.
look
So it's
kinda
like
like
an
an
N.
N.
So that's a letter. That's an N.
Okay, I'm with you now.
So I think from the far left, see all of the museum, which was the triangle with a T beneath it, is telling us get rid of the wings of the T, add in a line through the triangle, and remove the left side of the triangle.
Okay.
I think, therefore, making a big capital P.
I think that is believable.
So I think that is a P.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so you're putting the letters in the map. Great.
Yes, I am.
So that's a P, that's an N. So what do we do with this bottom left room?
That was the horticulture room, right?
Room 6, Mushnick Hall of Horticulture, which in our picture was the petal.
Yes.
But we're missing two sections out of it. Does that just make it a giant S, maybe?
It could make it.
Because we're kind of cutting in the top left, cutting in the bottom right. Maybe that leaves us with the rest of the curve of that petal being an S.
Not impossible.
I'm going to call that an S. The room below,
sure we'll see
down
what
and to the
comes
right
down.
of that, which on our map is the Dr. Monk's Ward of Medical Milestones. That one's just this
That was the blood
blob,
stain.
and we're taking out a middle.
Does that look like a C?
That looks like
perhaps?
a C made out of blood.
Okay.
If we minus the red that is on that picture, I think that ends up being a C.
Fingers crossed. We'll see what happens.
The one above, which is the Jeep.
McFly. Oh, wait, is that Jeep or McFly? That might be McFly.
Oh, that's the McFly Hall of Transportation, I believe.
Okay, which is a...
Annoyingly ends up being the car, which is not the Jeep room.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. But that car is sort of just like a horizontal line, and we're adding... That looks like just the Japanese air. I don't really know.
Interesting.
It's a car on a stick. Does that make a letter? If we took that car and then we added a down and then a cross, it's like an H on its side.
It does look like an H on its side.
It's like an H on its side.
Could just be a capital I.
Oh, capital I. That's a letter.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, great.
Sideways H.
We've done the next one. That was the N.
Uh-huh.
So what about this one here that is on our map where
three.
the
Jeep.
Hall of Scientific Progress was? That was
That's
one
the
that was
DNA
a DNA helix. But basically the DNA helix is kind of like a vertical line.
Sure.
And we're adding a green horizontal line near the bottom. Makes a big L.
That's an L, all right.
And then we've got in the top right, we have our scarab beetle, where we're getting rid
Ooh.
of almost all the beetle, like the left 2/3 of the
Yeah.
box, which leaves us with, I'm going to use my hand. What is that?
I think that's going to be an E.
You think
Possibly.
an E. Yeah, I agree. I like that. Like an E. We're using like the wings and the lower leg of the
Mm.
scarab, and we're adding one line to that lower leg to make
That's how
basically
I'm
a big
seeing
E.
it.
I think that's great. And then what rooms are we missing?
Everything along the bottom, mostly.
Oh, no, just one room at the bottom, right?
Oh, okay.
Which is
Oh, you're right. I've got the gift shop itself.
where the zoom in bit thing is. I think that looks like it's just going to be an A because
The
the slightly
burn mark?
off-center burn mark,
Yeah, that's
and
an A.
and that's the negative space that an A has.
Mhm.
So that's an A. Does this help us at all?
I think it's doing great.
What letters do we have?
I don't want to say at this point, but it's looking.
All right, well, I'm done. I wasn't given the keys to our success, so I guess I'm finished with my puzzle. That's probably spells something, everybody. I was trying to find out whether or not we needed to do it in order of the room numbers.
And that one was just an N.
Yep.
Of course, the cafe.
Yep, cafe's just an N.
I think that we could try that because we've got some rough sort of things looking here. It doesn't immediately. It could say pile scan, but I have a sneaking suspicion that there might be something better that we can do.
Well, what would be in order? Start with N, because that was the first room that we did.
Can try. Let's find out.
So if you do it in order of room of how we played them, rather than how they're numbered on the map.
You should try both ways, I reckon. Yeah.
Okay, well let's try how they're numbered on the map, because that's new information, I suppose.
It's also a bit easier.
So number 1 is top left, McFly Hall,
Okay.
which is A.
I.
Then number 2 is the big plus sign in the middle.
It's an N.
I-N.
It's promising.
Number 3 is up and right from there.
L. You mean just up and right from there? Yep.
Yep. Then number 4 is the top right.
E.
So INLE.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5 is the N that's outside.
Right.
Number 6 is the horticulture
That's an S.
S. Number 7 is
C.
this. Okay, number 8 is
A.
right next to the gift shop, and then number 9 would be the one that's off to the far left, the P. In lens cap, it says. Can we check that lens cap?
Absolutely, you can.
What would you have done if we just checked the lens cap?
No one has done that in a single playtest. I trust human psychology.
All right, we checked the lens cap.
You run back to the microscope's lens cap and try to find any secrets you missed before. Sure enough, you find a small hidden compartment on the underside, which you can prise open. Inside, you find an absolutely tiny golden key. Seriously, this thing can't be more than 1 millimeter long. It's like the key to a dollhouse more than a museum. So close, yet so far.
Okay, we have a tiny key. I don't have any embiggenators. What do we do with the tiny key, Dani? Does the magnifying glass turn it big? Does the magnifying glass turn it big?
Unfortunately, no. If you check it under the microscope, you do see that it has the word scale model printed on the side. So this isn't even the key that you're looking for. It's just a model of it.
Do we go to our scale model of the city and use the key to unlock a locked door?
Everything was flattened.
Yeah, everything was
The
flat.
city has disappeared, unfortunately.
In that. Wait, hold on.
Finish your sentence.
Sorry, I zoned out for a second. Can you remote? Where did we just find that key? Where exactly did it come from?
In the lens
cap. The does the cash register drawer have any holes where a key might look like it could
because
fit on the
it's
gift shop area
it's
of the map there?
Scale model of our museum. Can we use it to unlock the bottom of the cabinet from inside?
You look through the cash drawer, and you do indeed find a tiny keyhole in the bottom left corner. Your tiny key fits perfectly, and once you turn it, the entire cash register begins to shake before suddenly slamming shut, the body morphing back into a regular modern cash register. The room goes totally quiet. Looking around, all the magic has cleaned itself away, and you're once again standing in a normal gift shop. All you've got now is that one burning question. If that was the key to the cash register, where's the key to the gift shop?
Oh no, I reach up into the ceiling and try to find it. I try to fisherman's tail this.
Is there now just one? Now that the magic's gone, where would a key be?
I don't remember seeing a doormat.
Is there anything changed with the cash register area now that it's non-magical?
Nothing seems to have changed, unfortunately. Again, it looks like you have done everything that you can at this point. You've just got all of the information at your disposal and that one question.
Where is there a key?
Okay. Wait, do we have to go back to the real microscope room?
Yeah, can we go back to where there's a giant microscope and check the lens cap of that giant microscope?
You race as fast as your stone legs will
My
allow you.
Oh,
at the
I
gift shop,
love it.
through the lobby and back into the magnification exhibit. There's the massive microscope again, the spitting image of the one in the gift shop, and right next to it, a massive lens cap. It takes all three of you to flip it over, and sure enough, now that you're looking for it, you can see the lip of a hidden compartment. You pull it open, and sitting inside is a shiny, golden, regular-sized key.
What would you have done if we had checked the lens cap in that recording?
I was very, very stressed listening to that episode.
All right,
You
we grab
race-
our key. We grab our key. We go open the door.
You race back the other way again, back out of the exhibit, back through the lobby, into the gift shop, and to the exit door. The key fits perfectly, and the door swings open. Albert Rose Graves is stood on the path in front of the building, surrounded by a ring of runic sigils scratched into the concrete and muttering an incantation. He hasn't noticed you yet. His eyes are locked on the horizon as the sun begins to rise. You need to stop him, and you need to do it now. What would you like to do?
Just tackling. We're made of stone. What's he gonna do?
Oh, God. Yeah, this will be pretty easy.
What's
to
he gonna
give
do?
him
I'm made of stone.
a clunk
got-
on the head.
You got nothing left to lose.
Yeah,
You
we give him like
charge-
one of those classic original Star Trek series clonks on their head. You know, they just make a big, lace your fingers together and go whack on the back of his head.
You charge full speed towards Graves and sock him right in the back of the head, I suppose. He stumbles backwards out of the ring and falls onto the grass. You have no idea what you're doing, but the panic on his face tells you that you're doing something, right? The other two race over, and all three of you stand in the center of the runic pattern. The sigils around you begin to glow different colors, and you turn to see that the sun has risen above the horizon. The ring on your hand begins to glow as well. You look at your hand and see that the finger with the ring is beginning to change color. Your normal skin tone is returning. The effect quickly spreads across your entire body before spreading to the other two as well. Graves is clearly panicking. He scrambles to his feet and charges at the three of you. He raises his fist to strike, and you can see the other ring shining on his finger. Suddenly, the two rings glow with a bright white light. The sigils on the ground glow brighter too, blinding all of you. All goes white for a few seconds, until everything goes quiet. The lights fade. You look around. The two rings are gone entirely, and the runes around you have faded away. The only things left on this path are the three of you, fully human once again, and a marble statue of an old man, arm outstretched in a fist. As sunlight fills the courtyard, the statue wobbles and topples over, crumbling to dust. A few weeks later, the next time the two of you are tasked with babysitting Eve again, Dani, you're sitting with Eve in your apartment playing a board game. It's a shame to be inside on such a nice day, but with the museum closed for renovations and that whole fiasco at the amusement park last year, you're running out of good things to do in this town. Bill, you get home from a long day of work, hang your security officer hat by the door, and come over to join them. You barely have some time to sit down, though, before the door swings open again, and Eve's mother rushes in excitedly, waving an envelope in the air. Exciting news! The Peters Point Art Gallery is doing an overnight sleep out for its 200th anniversary, and I just got free tickets! Who's coming?
Oh no.
That's the 200th anniversary of the time that it was mysteriously built on that cemetery.
The three of you share a knowing look. Somehow, you think you'll sit this one out. Congratulations, you have finished the arc.
Amazing.
It's done. Thanks for listening to Escape This Podcast. Stay tuned for next week's episode where we discuss the escape room we just did with the guest we just had. This podcast is kept afloat by crowdfunding, so if you enjoy the show, why not support it on Patreon? There's weekly bonus audio for our $5 donors, monthly videos for our $10 donors, monthly trivia for our $20 donors, and anyone at any level can appear as an NPC in one of the rooms that Dani designs. And thanks again for listening.